Rollout. Autumn boss rollout. Did you start the stream? Please don't
Um,
tell me you started this.
it's in the process of starting, from what I can see,
Cool.
and it has
Yes.
started. Oh wait, here we go. Here's a go live button that I have to click. Nope, we are live.
You're live.
Looks
Press
like
go.
it.
Rollout. Let me go check the link just to be sure we're not talking to. Press go. Rollout. Autumn boss rollout. Did you start the stream?
Oh,
Please don't
cool.
tell me you started this.
It started about 5 seconds before you asked if the stream had started.
Awesome. That's just beautiful. That's
It's great. It's
poetic.
great. All right. Let's just get that Discord link in there.
My voice sucks. How do I fix that?
All right. Well, let's get the stream started. Welcome everybody
Yay.
to another DevTalk.
Wow, another one? I thought
Another
we were
one.
done.
Never. All right, and let's do a
We just
smooth transition. Well, oh no, something's wrong.
every single thing.
There we have technical difficulties, and boom, a smooth transition.
You're a developer, you're not supposed to have technical difficulties.
I have them
That's illegal.
more often than most people.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, let's
So
see.
what's the agenda today?
So we got a few things to talk about. Maybe the first thing that we should talk about is what we've been getting right or what we haven't been getting right this week. So like this one here, this week's features.
Yeah.
So probably the most important
Features.
feature that we had this week was the new website.
Awesome.
We actually got.
Awesome.
We're using a fancy new font, made by Blenderman.
That's me.
We actually got quite a good amount of feedback from people on Twitter, like good responses from people that were happy to see the website get updated.
Oh man, I didn't check Twitter after that. Like, I saw you posted it. A lot of people liked it. Okay.
Yeah, and
Glad to see.
We had Linus Lilo making a nice picture for it. Let me see if I can get that picture open on screen. Boom. Okay, well, I wish it would be a bit bigger, but it's fine. There you go. And that's probably the low quality Twitter version, but it still looks
I
pretty
can
good.
see the pixels.
Yeah, you don't want to see the pixels.
No pixels.
No pixels. All right, but yeah, we had the site launch. The site should be faster, lighter, um, much better at SEO, and cleaner, prettier. It's got
Yeah, cleaner, please, cleaner. Like, got rid of this damn caching.
yeah. And now this is cool actually. This little part down here. Um, those are actually like live metrics. Like I don't have to.
Live? Wow. Okay,
Well,
cool.
live in the sense that it was live at the moment that the page was created, but it's automated, so I don't have to keep those numbers up to date, which makes me
You can
very
just run
happy.
the build tool. You
Exactly.
can just run the build tool again. Yeah.
So if we scroll to the bottom, you can see the version number, and this was built yesterday at like 6 o'clock. So those are the reviews and ratings from 6 o'clock yesterday.
That's actually neat.
Yeah, I'm very happy with
You
it.
got a five. You got a 5-star rating on Apple App Store.
Yeah, that one's a bit weird.
Dedicated fan base.
I don't know how, because I've received a lot of bad reviews on Apple, but when I log into it, it just shows me the five
They
stars.
filter. You're paying them extra, but don't lie. Don't hide that. You're paying them extra to like filter out all the negative.
I will neither confirm nor deny. And maybe
Spoken like a
spoken like a.
Sounding like a true developer.
Always. And we reached an important milestone. You know, we got 30,000 active users. So
Of the app.
of the app
Yes.
on
Of the
Android
website.
only. So that's
On
excluding
Android.
iOS. Um, I
iOS users go ahead.
it's difficult to use Apple's analytics, so I mostly just look at Google's.
I mean, most of the people who's gonna download this app is gonna download it via Google Play Store. Hopefully, I think so. Isn't that right? Like you have that analytics. So
Yeah, let's go to the analytics quickly because it does show a percentage. I think it's 70% of the users are Android. We got to change the reporting. Here we go.
yeah, because you have everything in the Firebase stats. Yeah. So
There we go.
okay,
Oh,
nice.
it's like a quarter of the
Three
users are
fourths.
iOS. That is really nice.
Insignificant.
Oh, it's actually pretty cool. It knows when releases are successful. Although iOS is live, Android is still in it, still being processed. So
It doesn't even. Yeah, it's on 1.34 still.
yeah,
Android.
so it's going to
Yeah.
take a bit of time. And also, like 88 users in the last 30 minutes is pretty cool to see. But once it becomes a bit later in the day for the US, then you'll see this number jump up to like 115.
I can see the graph. I can see the histogram.
Because
That's what it shows.
the US is pretty much the whole app. Although it is decreasing. 36% is not a lot now. They used to be something like 50-60% of the user base.
That map looks like something of plaguing.
All right,
Come on,
so
infect with your app. Infect all the countries.
that's my plan. I'm actually COVID. I'm COVID 20.
Oh, wait. Well, I hope that shit isn't real. COVID-20.
Yeah, let's not jinx
Like,
it.
you might be, yeah, you might be thinking.
Let's
Moving
see.
on.
Moving on. Let's open up the trailers. So I just wanted to go through some of the stuff that was done this week. Come on. Alright, so everything that's in testing was done this week. It was actually a good week for bug fixes.
Yeah, we were squashing bugs left and right.
Yeah, it was.
You were.
Let's see. Oh, this was an enhancement. So now if you favorite a refining or cooking recipe, it will not show the item that it outputs. It will instead show a nutrient processor or a small refiner, medium refiner, or large refiner, depending on how many inputs you need. So that should make it a little bit easier to understand.
That's
When you're just
cool that you have the different design.
Yeah, so at a quick glance from the favorites page, you should be able to now see what it is, and you won't have like 5 ammoniums and then be confused as to why there's 5 of them. You've only favorited one, but you favorited recipes. So I'm gonna spin up.
I just joined the Discord. I'm gonna ask him to like connect to DevTalk. Don't give him the speaker on it.
Flaming Duck. That's a very cool name.
Yeah,
I
he's
will.
obsessed with that.
Oh, okay. I will get the thing ready. Or are we not going to let Flaming Duck talk at all? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, just let him listen. No talking for Flaming Duck.
All right, you got it. You got it. Should we actually just ban him?
Nah, that would be too good.
Let's see
Like
here.
it's not like we're like already bursting at the rim with users.
So another thing I worked on was a 404 page for the home site. I don't know if you saw on the previous one, it would just say like not found. But this one is actually pretty cool. I like it. So we're gonna go like /hacks. Yes. Not found.
Nice. Nice.
You know that this is like a big step for me because I hate adding size to the website, and I think this GIF is like
Yes.
3 megs, and it killed me to add it.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like it's getting. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Oh, it's 4.3 megs.
4.
It's like 4 times the size of the website. That's okay.
You gotta have
That's okay.
GIFs, man. You gotta have GIFs, whatever.
GIFs.
That's yeah. Let me just say it both.
Yeah, you don't want to upset anyone.
Yeah, it's inclusive. What's next?
Next, damage components. You worked on that one. So
Yeah, but I still gotta fix that. It only works for English, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big bug actually. It's gonna take a lot of effort because we need to categorize all the items properly, and then
Yeah, we need to add that in the code. We need to add that feature in the code. Like categorize this stuff as it's damaged. It's damaged. Damaged goods.
yeah, it's gonna. But once we have it, it'll be nice because then we can finally be sure that each item is in the correct category, and I can sleep. All right, next thing, a portal edit screen. He worked on that.
I worked on that a long time ago.
Yeah, but now you've linked the switch,
And
the use
oh
alternative to left
yes,
switch.
I mean that. Yeah, that at least that works. At least one of my fixes.
All right, let's just see here. So I then went through Exomec. So now from inventory management, you can add the Exomec icon. So that's nice. A little bit overdue. Oh,
Yeah,
this one
you
you'll
added the
enjoy.
Exomic. What?
Uh,
What's this?
so you brought in the kind of the standard to have the heading in the app bar, and then let people click on a
Ah,
pencil to edit the name. So I added
yes,
that to inventory management to make it a bit more consistent. So
that's nice.
and
It looks yeah, it looks consistent. That it should look consistent. Yeah.
it actually looks oh cool, the app is here. Oh my goodness. Let me just reduce that. Okay.
You still have that not figured out, huh?
Sorry?
Why is it not scaling the emulator down when you bring it here?
Uh
That's just weird.
it's the 4K screen. Oh, and it's
Yeah.
here. Oh, what is going on here? On our little Discord widget, um, it's not showing the flaming. Oh my goodness, I'm clicking stuff. Oh no. So everyone that's watching can now see me edit this thing live and resizing it
Ah,
like crazy. Go smaller.
wait.
I don't know why it's.
Resizing the emulator?
No, it's the voice widget. The voice
Nah,
widget is.
yeah, no one can see that. Wait. Okay, I don't know about YouTube. I've been looking
Oh
at
yeah,
this.
you can't see it on. Here we go. I got it. There we go. Now everyone can see that the flaming duck is in voice chat.
DevTalk.
Oh my goodness, this thing is not easy to handle.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
All right, let's
I'm
make the
glad
box bigger.
I'm not the one learning.
Oh, and there's so much stuff in the background here. Maybe. Okay, we'll do it here, where there's a little bit of blank space. All right. Technical difficulties. Cool.
Watching about.
Oh, it's still a bit bad, but it's all right. It's all right. No one panic. All right, so I was gonna show. What was I gonna show? The
Uh,
inventory management.
yeah, inventory page.
It looks a little bit funny now because if you go and create an inventory slot.
Oh God, what's
Okay.
this?
I need
What's
to
going on?
I need to get the latest version. Go away app. All right. Well, while that's
I
going,
pushed the I pushed the new font to develop. Did you get that?
yes, that is included in the release. I think I added it to
But
the release notes.
it still looks too small. It looks nice. It looks nicer, but it looks small. I wanted to make it more readable. Increase the font size. The Roboto font is the default. And, is that right? The app
Yeah.
default font.
Oh no,
Yeah, that looks.
yeah. Yeah, it is the default.
Yeah, that looks fine. Like with the sizing and all that you have right now in the themes. That looks fine, but I think the NMS font needs a different theme with different font sizes.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, and I like that was what I tried to do yesterday, and then I gave up.
Fonts are hard, man.
Fonts are really hard.
I mean, you've learned how hard fonts are. Maybe you can just give everyone an
Yes.
idea.
Uh, so yeah, sure. Um, Everything that has a text to display, like an app, a browser, they render fonts. Fonts are like graphics files to them. They're like vectorized images. So each one treats the font files completely differently, and you have absolutely no control over that. So you know, you're kind of restricted. If you have just like me, if you use Firefox and you don't have Chrome, you're kind of making the font for the Firefox users, as it were. So yeah, that stuff's weird. Like how fonts are like handled. There's no one way to handle the font. And I mean that's just. I thought there was one way. I thought it was like a standardized thing because they're all the same format. Nope. So that's one weirdness. And then we got the spacing, the letter spacing, the fonts that are available online, like Google Open Font and stuff. Those fonts are like are created by pro, you know, typographers. I guess that's what they call it. So you got all the spacing and the sizing and all that. It's all neat. It's all fixed. It's all perfect. But then I don't know who made this font for No Man's Sky because it sucks. Like I don't know why they couldn't just fix it. I mean, I don't know anything about font making. And how long has it been since I've been bitching about this font?
uh,
Um,
for
it's been a
ages.
long time. Yeah.
So the
Look at the release log. Just zoom in on that release log thing on the top, like
oh
the
yes,
toolbar. Look at
does
that
it
A and
work?
S.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that A and the S in
Okay,
the release.
maybe if we do this, then it's even bigger.
Oh God. Oh God. Look at that.
Oh.
They're maintaining social distancing. It's like really say log. It's like two different words.
And
Yeah, that's
also,
crap.
you could
And
also see the O and the G there.
yeah, they're just doing their own thing. Each pair of letters is just like, oh god. Okay, so what's the thing is, so No Man's Sky, I don't know why they're so lazy, but they used an existing font and then they just edited the S and the A to look like the No Man's Sky script. Like the A doesn't have that middle bar thing, and the S is like shortened on the lower half. So they did that. They edited the image for the letter itself, but they didn't edit its size. So it's like if you substitute the normal letter in place of the No Man's Sky letter, it would look fine with all the current spacing and on the website. But since they edited that and they did not edit the spacing and that's what they call kerning, the space between a pair of letters. So they didn't edit that. They didn't fix that, which they should have done. Lazy ass devs. But here we are. Like I don't know how many hours I spent on this. I think I've committed 20 times to the GitHub for the fonts. Like that's how hard it was. It's a
Oh,
yeah.
actually
It goes
check.
deep. How
Nice.
how many commits?
It's
23.
23.
Three of them.
Oh, your
Three
face is
of them were
everywhere.
probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
there a few times as well.
yeah. You kind of rearrange stuff.
Yeah, I wanted this README file to look good and add this
Yeah,
image. I
that's
think
a
I
good idea.
changed this image quite a few times. This image, you'll be happy to know, it actually just links to the repo where this banner is. So if you change the
Okay.
banner there, it changes on all the repositories that are using this image.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Nice. Very good.
all right. So I got the emulator up and running. Let's go here. So if we now go to inventory management and let's add one, you'll see now the title is up there, and
Mm,
there's nothing else
yes.
on the screen other than selecting an image. And let's choose exomech and then call it like exo.
Big old stomper.
There we go. It's too late. I already typed exo. Well, there you go. Now you got your exomech. What would you
Can
put in
you
your?
rename it?
Yeah, you can. Let's just add something in here. 5 of these because we're fancy. Let's go and edit, and then rename
Yeah,
exo.
fine. This is a nice.
Done. What was I? Oh, so something else that I fixed was this options gets passed in
Yeah.
sometimes to the presenters. So an issue that we were getting, which I hadn't noticed, was if you go to the cart and you say view all materials required, they would show, but they would have a little drop down here, and then if you click on it, there was nothing to show in that drop down, so it
Oh,
would do nothing.
crap.
And because that's a generic component, it gets used like everywhere. I went and fixed that up. So now, if you only pass in an edit function and not a delete function, it'll actually show a pencil instead. And if you only pass in a delete function, it'll show a trash can.
Nice.
And then if you pass in
And
both,
if you pass both,
you get a little drop
you
down.
get the hamburger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I might put an icon in front
Nice.
of each of these eventually, but for now it's
Eventually,
better.
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Let's see what else we got. So that was the vertical menus. Oh, and then the cart. The cart was slow, and I've gone and fixed that up, I think. So let's add this to the cart. 10 of those, and let's just pretend that we got a huge amount of these.
10 ancient keys. Yeah.
100 of them. And then let's go to the cart. Alright, maybe this emulator is not a good way to test because it just loaded that insanely fast. What it used to do was it had the basic data for cart items, so it would have this ID, the ID of this item, and then the quantity. And it would then display a list, and for each item, it would then go and look in the JSON files and go find the ID, and then load the name and load the icon, and then build this this tile, and that takes a bit of time, and that's all happening kind of on a separate thread asynchronously. But when you've got 3 items that are running at the same time, and all of them are showing like little loading icons as they're going, it actually takes up a lot of processor power. And I've noticed that Dart.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't scale. That doesn't scale. If you have like 10 items in your cart, that's not gonna scale. That's
You,
gonna crash your phone.
and you can imagine each of these items is loading all of the files each time. So yeah,
It's
they would.
looking at the biggest file that you have right now.
So it would load 1,200 items per tile. So I've now changed
Per
that.
time.
So these
So
should.
it just loads it once.
Yeah, so these guys will it'll get all the data that it needs before it goes to presenting. And when it comes to presenting, it has the data already, doesn't need to fetch anything. So none of these are doing individual requests. They just show what they have.
Way better. Yeah, that's better.
So
I'm thinking of
it was this page. This
there should
page
be
had the
something
little.
like this. So, yeah.
Oh no, I think I found a bug.
Also,
Yeah, I found. No, wait. Let's see. If I go and turn the background items off and then go back to the cart and then say this one. Okay, no, it's not a bug. Whew. That was a bug.
but it is paste. It is paste. So you thought it was a. Oh, okay. You didn't notice that you had background colors on. Okay.
Yeah. So
You did.
the bug was that the cart, when it showed all required items, would always show the background color. And I fixed that.
Irrespective of the. Okay. So
But
you go fetch the setting.
yeah, I go fetch the setting. So that's lucky. Although looking at this now, I see that there's a gray background on these, which shouldn't really be there. It should look more like this.
What do
It
you
should
mean?
have nothing.
Oh, okay.
So if
I
you look,
think that's the color of the tile itself.
if you look very carefully, you'll notice that there's a border radius around each of these tiles, and that
Yes.
makes me very unhappy. These little triangles.
What the hell is going on there? Why are they curved? Why are they curved? Like, why can't they just fill the whole
So
visible area?
each of those tiles are being wrapped in a card element.
Okay. Does the card element have a default rounded corner radius thing?
Yes, and I
I,
think
I thought they were.
I don't think you can
I thought
change
they
it.
were like that.
I remember trying to change it, but I'd rather take it away. I'd rather remove the card. Oopsie. Remove card from all required materials page.
In card.
And that is a bug, I'd say. Hang on a second. Why is my name on this card? No.
Oh, you didn't notice.
I
Okay.
didn't notice. No wonder I got a notification for it.
I could have gotten away with it. Damn.
Oh, you wrote comments on this. Oh, Dropbot is an
So you were
item.
like, yeah, that was a request, right, from the feedback form.
Yes, it
Someone
was.
asked, how do I fix a drop point? And again, this is something we can fix with the grouping kind of, implementing a group, like an enumeration for groups in the game.
Oh
So
yeah.
if we do that, we can probably like label, everything as, it's a Starship component, it's a damaged Starship component, it's a damaged droplet component, stuff like that. I don't think we have it right now in the app. The recipes for fixing the individual droplet stuff. So I
No.
guess we need to. Yeah, I don't know
Well,
where you're looking,
so
but it's apparently not there.
let me just quickly. So in that email, can I get to the email faster or to Freshdesk faster? So in the email, I responded to the guy and I was like, so we don't have the drop pod, but we have all the items that the drop pod requires. Here we go. Okay, so it's actually damaged. Oh, why did I think damage would work? Damaged electrode. So this is like one of the components that you need to fix. Oh, look at that. It says repaired using.
It's called damage component.
Yeah.
That's the group name, right? The
Yes.
subtitle
Yes.
is the group name. So we'll need to
So this.
add that. Hey, this is a new font. It looks way better.
Yeah, it is, and it does.
Mm.
So yeah, the drop pod has three things that it needs fixed, and we have those three things. We just don't have the drop pod that is linked to these three things. So
And it's called the exosuit upgrade module. It's actually weird. It's a drop pod. Hello games. Come on.
oh yeah.
Exosuit upgrade module. Wow. Nah, you'll never find that.
Yeah.
You'll never find damaged items searching for drop. Are you the search thing? Is it searching everything like description,
It used
subtitle?
to. It used to. I don't think it's doing it anymore. This
What's
was
the
so
optimization thing?
no, so I had it searching everything, and then Captain Steve made a video about it, and he actually pointed out that the search was a bit confusing for users because they would type in, I think they would type, I can't remember what he typed in, something like ammonia, and he got a lot of, he typed in metal, and he was getting star
Oh
metals
crap!
instead.
Yeah,
All of these ones. What is this
yeah.
called? Stellar metal.
Stellar.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's looking for stasis device. That's it. And if you're looking for stasis device and you get activated emerald as one of the results, it's a bit confusing. So I
Why
removed
would you
that
get stasis device? Why would you get activated emerald to search for stasis device before? Why are
because
you looking at
it's.
the?
I was looking at the group as well. So
Okay.
in theory, you could have searched for stellar metal and you would have gotten all of the stellar metals.
Cool.
Yeah. So I removed that. I made people happier. Made people understand the search a bit better.
You don't know this thing called advanced search and sort,
we
right?
don't talk about that.
Actually, it shouldn't be a different page. It should be like a drop-down list on this search widget right here
Oh yeah.
that you're on. It
Maybe.
should it should integrate. Like this is a simple search. If people wanted to do an advanced search, they should be able to do it from here.
Yeah. Or we could even have it
Uh,
like, if it's no items, then it says advanced search question mark, and then you
yeah,
click on that.
yeah, something like that. That's cool. But I don't know how you make it. I'm way in over my head at this point. Look at the in progress card. Look at the in progress card. Custom refiner recipes. Wow. I was like so confident I would be able to like, yeah, I know how to use stack widgets. I can build them now. I completely lost interest in the market.
Well, it's you and Linus Lilo that still need to work on this. Let's see.
Oh well,
Oh, you actually
I
added
need to.
something recently.
That's not recent.
Well,
That's a
13
month ago.
March. That's, I mean, compared to when you started this. Oh, I added this to the to-do on the 7th of December. Okay, you only started on the
Yeah,
11th of March.
yeah. Like I had a burst of like um, work on it. I was like, I have to finish this. And once I got to like, okay, I can do this. What should I?
Yeah, it's
So like,
difficult. It's gonna be very difficult.
yes, yeah, it's like a whole UX UI thing, and I am no UX UI. I don't know what I am at this point. I'm just like wrecking like everything that's like I'm nitpicking the stuff. This should be like this. That should be like that. How do I make it like that? Go learn the whole everything behind it. Like go learn C sharp. Go learn Redux. Wow, the stuff I've learned trying to do stuff here is insane.
Well, you might need to learn something new because this week you were talking about you were doing some Redux stuff for the portal edit screen so that you could link a switch to a
Yeah.
setting. And I told you that I should add selectors at some stage, but when it gets more complicated.
Yes, I had no idea what you were talking about.
I
Yeah,
did it.
and I saw this card, and I think I got PTSD from that thing.
So let me open up VS Code here, and then can we make the font bigger? Oh yeah. All right, so it's not too
VS
complicated.
Code is awesome.
VS
Okay.
Code is awesome. All right, so our view models are mapping stuff from Redux, right? From our Redux store.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
so
if you want to get the variable or like what selected languages there is currently, what the app is running on, um, you would need to look at inside this view model, okay?
you got
And
okay.
oh, and I've missed one here. All right, so this is actually great. So the way that we used to get it is we would go store.state.setting.state.selected language, otherwise blank, all right?
Mhm.
Because we don't want to return nulls because Dart is really finicky about nulls. So the problem with this is when you have multiple view models and they all have this selected language, then in some of them you put, an empty string. Some of them you put a space. Some of them I actually just
Space.
defaulted it to English, and you get like it gets
That would be
inconsistent after a
yeah.
while.
Mhm.
So
It will work, but it would be like something or the other will change it
yeah,
from the default.
and
Yeah.
you'd get a weird bug and you'd be extremely confused for a long time.
Mhm.
So what I've
Okay.
added now is the selectors. So it's pretty much just a function that takes in our app state and it will just go and return like selected language. So let's look at this one. Get guides is compact.
How does it do that without a remote?
So well, you're just passing in the state and then we're using what's it, the conditional access to say like, hey,
Okay.
try and get guides as compact, otherwise return false. And then from here, we can have multiple view models all using these selectors, and we have consistency. We change it in one place, what the default is, and it changes everywhere that's trying to
Awesome.
get this value.
And you did that in the selector.
Yes.
Set the default value in this was one place.
Although I see I'm returning a
That's a
string, but if it doesn't find it, it returns a false, which
it's a
is,
a boolean.
I don't know why
Yeah.
Dart didn't complain about that. That's a bit weird. Just
Dart is an idiot.
All right, but
Like I
that's
hate it.
that's the idea. I think we can just do a quick search here. All right, nothing is really using that. Let's do this one. Nothing is using that. Oh no. Here we go. All right, so Get generic
Like you
tile is
added a
compact.
completely useless feature that
Shh, don't
that
tell
was
anyone.
just being used by itself. Okay.
Here you can see that like the favorite view model. Let's just also convert this into, oopsie, to expression. Thank you. All right, so here we can see that the favorite view model needs the generic tile component, so it can just call the selector, which is here. And then generic page view model also needs it. So in this way, we've now just made everything use one function, and that function
Right.
knows how to get that data.
That's cool. I also noticed you have get cart items that doesn't take just the state. It takes the cart. It doesn't take the app state.
Oh, yeah. So in the beginning, in the beginning when I was making them, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to be specific to, wanted the selector to be specific to carts, or if I wanted it to take in the whole app state. And in the
Yeah.
beginning, I was like, all right, this selector is the cart selector, so I wanted to only worry about cart stuff. Um,
Nice.
and then after a
That's like
while, I got annoyed
yeah.
because this is still very long to say store.state.cartState. So I started removing all of them so that they must just take in the whole app state and they must just figure out how to get whatever they're trying to get. But I see I missed cart.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We can just quickly just do that. And then dot cart state, put a little question mark. And then back at cart view model, do that. And now everything else should be very upset with me. Okay, there we
You're
go.
gonna have to go back to the
At least that'll bring up an error here. And it looks like we've got all of them. It also means that these
I
things
have
are in one line, which makes me very happy.
I'm noticing something with Dart nowadays. Like whenever I git pull the changes you've done from the remote from the develop git, it's throwing like all the possible errors. Like this is not defined, that's not defined, and then I have to go click it on each of those errors to like remove them because it's not loading the files. It's not loading the changed files, and it's complaining that this doesn't exist.
Uh, are you
Dart
running
analyzer.
the app when you do
Like
that, or is that even when
no,
the
no,
app's
no,
not
no.
running?
But the app's not running. I just fetch the changes and then pull the branch. So I would like to stay up to date. And then Dart starts like throwing errors at me. It's like 15 errors. And then when I click on the error, it disappears. So it's like it's not there. It's not an actual error. That's because Dart hasn't passed all the files, all the source files for some reason. And
Wow.
then like if you leave it like that, if you don't click on the error, it doesn't go away. So I don't get it. Why isn't Dart Analyzer running on when files are being updated? Like, and there are no issues on GitHub, on the Flutter GitHub as well for me to like, okay, is this a thing? Is everyone else facing it? So I don't know. Are you facing this? Have you ever seen something like this?
I
We
normally get
haven't done much.
I
We
normally
don't do
get
much of Git coding.
No, I do. I've learned a lot of times where I'll do something on my laptop, and then when I go to my big PC and I'll start working on something, be like, why? I'm sure I did this.
Uh,
I'm sure I've done this.
um,
And then I'm like, oh no, I haven't pulled. And then as soon as I pull, I get like massive merge conflicts. So it's like
yeah,
my policy now. Every time I sit down to do something, just do a git pull first. Just before doing anything, just pull.
hard learned lesson.
Yeah, it's not a fun lesson to learn.
Yeah,
All right, let's check this doc. All right, so another thing that's been pretty awesome is this week we've had a lot of people joining the No Man's Sky community developers and designers. We actually
look at
have,
the people part. Look at it,
yeah,
15 people. Awesome.
15 people. And I mean, one of the people that we fanboyed over a lot was X Nebula for his amazingly pretty site. I think
We're
there
stalking. We're stalking his GitHub
we go.
as
Yes.
a group. As a group, we're stalking his GitHub. I mean, I'm not complaining.
All
Just
right.
just pull out that website. Holy shit.
This one? Was it this one? Yeah, here we go. All right. So I was actually just scrolling through GitHub, just searching for No Man's Sky related repositories and seeing like I ordered by date modified, um, and I saw that this person's they have two repos. They have one for the API and one for this website. And I saw that they had edited the API one recently. But anyway, so then I was just clicking around and I saw there was a link to a website. I clicked on that and then I saw this, and it just blew me away how pretty it is. And I can already see that they've been working on it. So when I contacted them, I sent an email saying like we want to invite you to the No Man's Sky community developers and designers. We'd love to have you as a member. And I also asked what happened to their app. We've seen it. It looks amazing, and the screenshots look amazing. What happened to the app? And they actually, yeah, they actually responded to me and they said that lately they've neglected the development of the app, but they're going to get back into it. And they also have to update the screenshots because it's a bit outdated. And I can see
this is outdated. The screenshot is out. They got better.
Well, I can see this one got better. I can see it's changed.
So wait, there's a favorites. He copied from you.
I think we're all copying from each other.
I mean, that's why we open NMS to stop copying from each other and actually build stuff. Right.
But this is amazing. I mean, I love what they've done now with. I love how they've separated the name now and put the icon on the right, and just these borders here, like these cards that float up.
Are they using Flutter? Did you ask?
I didn't ask, no.
Come on, man.
It must be, right? It could be Kotlin. I mean, these are material.
It could be, yeah. It could be Kotlin. Wow, look at that. Look at that portal screen.
I thought this was part of the app, but I actually see it's the screenshots that have this effect over them. That's actually better.
Like a default.
Yeah, because otherwise this button would have a weird shade over it.
I mean, it lines up well with the text for some reason. So
yeah, it does.
Kind of, probably, they probably like did it with that in mind, and then everything else doesn't look awesome.
Choose the category. Oh yeah, we didn't see this. Decoration, organic. No, this is cool, man. This is cool. I'd love to have the ability to figure out how much power each of the items take up.
Or shit, we don't have that data. Yeah.
No. And also like how to work out how much power your base needs. If you can say like I've got 2 generators, but I've got 70 plant pots or whatever they're called. That it would be like.
Be a hot mess.
Yeah, just have it tell you no, you can't do that.
I'm calling it. No, we're gonna have 3 more headaches before that gets into the app.
The other thing was the upgrades. So when you install an upgrade module, if there's another one of the same type next to it, there's a little bit of a bonus that you get. So if you put 4 upgrade modules like in a square, then they have 4 connections between them. So like the bottom right one will be connected to the bottom left and the top right. And because of that, they have their stats applied and then a bonus for each one of the ones that they're connected to. And it becomes a little bit complex to work that out because you can have in some cases you can have like 4 S-class modules installed and that won't break the limit. And then you add like one C-class module and then all of a sudden it breaks it. Now you've reached the limit. But you could put that C module or all those modules in a straight line and then it doesn't break your limit. So it's very complex. Yeah. So
no, come on. No, that's not possible. You only have 3 viable upgrade modules to implement it. Is that not the case?
No, it's different.
What?
I direct you to Zane's World's videos on how to do it because he knows how to min-max everything.
This is bullshit. My whole life is a lie.
when I watched his video on it, I was just blown away on how complex it is, and how he was min-maxing the exomech, like how you can fit all those upgrade modules in there to make it like
I
the
thought you got,
ultimate mech.
yeah. I thought you only had three per, like that's it, like three per, technology, three upgrade modules per tech, and then if you add anything else, it's all about it. But you can just put them in a line. It works.
Yeah, there's weird stuff.
No Man's Sky is weird. Hello Games is weird.
Oh, look at this! You can save portals in the app. That's cool. Oh,
Now look at that float. You know what? That floating action button with the add. That's
yeah.
what I wanted to add. I wanted to add labels to the fabs.
Oh.
There are some apps. I've seen some apps with fabs with like labels that are outside the fab. Have you seen those?
Yes, I have.
You know, you have a circular like icon for the fab, and then you have a label like to the left of it
I was
that says what it does.
thinking of us changing over to a different floating action button. Oh my goodness, these are different. Is it speed dial? Here we go. Pretty sure. No, give me a picture. Here we go.
Wait.
Alright, but this one's supposed to have text on the left. Thanks, dude.
It has that. Yeah, that's
Not that one.
wow. Okay. No,
There we go.
that's not.
Okay, well,
Cool.
that's also not what I was thinking. Let's just go floating.
Yeah, that's labels. Where is it?
Let's do that. Labels.
Button.
No, I want pictures, man. I want pictures. Here we go. Just check the material.
Yes, that's the one.
Well,
That's the one.
material design says that you shouldn't. Oh, damn it.
Cool.
Don't look at that side. It's
Where?
wrong. Yeah, there we go. Those labels.
That's only when you click on the fab. Like
Yeah.
it's not there. Like that's.
Oh, look at that. So you click the plus and then you get
You click
all
the
these
plus
items.
and then you get all the labels.
Yeah. This is pretty cool, actually. This site. So that's the regular floating action button. No default. And that's the extended one.
Extended. But I mean, this. I don't know if it's implemented like this in Flutter. Well, it's available. Extended fab is available on it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, this isn't a Flutter specific site.
Yeah, this is material. Yeah, I thought they didn't implement this in Flutter. Okay, yeah, they might have not implemented Flutter. But then you have
extended. You think they'll know what we're talking? Oh, hello.
yeah, they do. There's a deep dive into floating action, but
Damn, that's gonna be nice. But the only problem I see with adding a label there is that we have to localize it. Oh well, there you go. It's called .extended, and it's got a little
I don't
text
like
field.
this. I do not like this.
You don't like the text?
I don't like the text in the button. Yeah, like the plus is
Oh.
self-explanatory. It
Yeah.
has, you have actions,
That's
and then
quite nice.
well, when you click on it, you want to know what the actions are. So, I mean, dude, localizing, sure, like
No, I agree with
it's
you.
gonna be there. It's gonna be there for every feature we add. So, I
Oh,
don't think we should.
here we go. This is a good example of what I was talking about earlier with the drop downs.
There's only the delete action, and so we have only
Yeah.
trash cans.
So
That's
instead of
nice.
clicking the menu and then delete as being the only option, you just have a little bin.
Why do you have a trash can that has an exit? That's weird.
So, yeah.
There is just a trash can.
The material one.
Material. Yeah.
The material buttons had a thing where they said, so you can choose the icons for a list of icons, and there was a delete icon, and then there was a delete all icon, and I just liked the one with the X on it, which is the delete all one. But I think it's just,
But that's
it's
yeah.
extra
Look,
clear.
you're not even using. You're not even looking. You're not even like like it's delete all. You're not deleting everything. You're just deleting that one item. You're not even playing by the rules here. Right? What's going on?
Yo, I didn't think that this one would be a heated topic. Goodness.
This is blasphemy.
Alright,
Everything's a heated topic with me.
let me show you what it looks like. when it is not the delete
Oh
all
yeah,
button.
yeah, you have light restart. There is a hot restart.
Oh, I lied.
Hot.
It's called delete forever. That's the delete forever icon. Alright, let's refresh.
So dramatic.
There you go. So you prefer that one.
That's beautiful, minimalist.
So you see here from icons dot
There's
delete and then there's
even the
delete
name.
forever.
What's the outline? Okay,
Ooh.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how
Just
it looks.
hot reload here. Boom.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I like the delete. I like the static.
Because most of our icons are filled in.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in with.
Alright, but there is
We
one
should we should
more.
let this we should let this UX stuff uh, be Linus Levels. Delete. No, no. Just delete. That's it. Keep it simple.
Come on, refresh. R.
Why doesn't it refresh when you save?
Sometimes for me it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to
Oh, okay.
push
You're not in
R.
debugging. You're not in debugging.
No, I am. I'm in debug mode. I'm running it here in the terminal. Here.
Yeah. You're not in VS Code's debug. If you were in VS Code's, like F5,
Oh, yes, you're right.
if you, every time you save the file, it would hot restart or hot reload for you.
Yeah, you're right. I don't actually like
Save,
the
save
VS
the
Code
thing.
one. I prefer just doing it
Yeah,
from the terminal.
yeah, I know. It's an acquired taste. What the fuck is this? Look at that floating action button. Did you see that? The weird,
Wait.
it looked like one of Vapor's emojis. Not no, a deep dive. I think it's
Oh,
from the
yes.
deep dive
Yes,
page.
they were.
Look, what the? What is that shit?
So you can change the way that it looks. Ooh, they put a little
Sure.
shadow on it. Nice.
Um, that's I don't see the point. Wow. Okay.
Oh
It
my.
doesn't go away. It just look. Can you scroll up? Look at the caption for that image, for
Fab
that GIF.
transition. When we
GIF.
go from one page
When
to
we go from
another.
one page, so it doesn't disappear. It just wow. There's a fab transition.
Whoa, okay.
That's neat.
So many things you can do. Like this also opens a whole page. That's very cool.
What would be the use of? I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's
uh,
a deep dive indeed.
yeah. Let's come back up.
Come back.
Because we were looking at Nebula's site. Yeah, so they must be actively working on it now because these screenshots are new. Well,
I
new-ish.
okay. Wait. Yeah, they didn't have the money stuff. Didn't have, I don't know.
Base
I
value
don't
stack
notice.
size.
I didn't stack size. Wow,
Let's actually go
that's the best.
to.
Wait. It says Play Store, but it doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And we can see here. This is the website that we're looking at now. Oh yeah, and was updated 19 hours ago.
Update screenshots. Nice. Descriptive commit
I can't
message.
say anything about that because I'm really bad at commit commit messages.
You just you don't give a shit about the 50 character limit. You just write your own life story in the commit message.
Oh well, sometimes I mean that it's better to be more like have more words explaining what you're doing than less. Sometimes,
I
like
agree.
most of
Yes.
the time in my commit messages, it'll be like release notes, done.
Oh yeah. I don't read your commit messages.
It's a good thing.
It's
It'll keep you sane. All right, let's check what else we got here to talk about. No, I don't want to talk about moonshots. They're just gonna make me sad.
I
That,
think moonshots and heated discussions are the same.
oh no, we're not gonna, no heated discussions either. I think the only thing we can really talk about is the current pandemic that's slowing down all of our updates. It's
Now
really
you're gonna get demonetized.
Well, we're not being monetized anyway, so.
Okay. Pay us somebody.
Ooh, let's follow them on Twitter. Oh no, this is not what I thought it was. Tweets
Oh,
from.
it's tweets from Halloween. If you don't know. It's only from Trump. So,
Only from No Man's Sky.
I mean, it looks like Twitter itself. So,
Ah, I found it. Found it. Follow.
gaming, coding, and space physics. This could be any one of these. But he's the one who made them.
Definitely space enthusiast. All right. Yeah, I think this week we might just put a little bit more effort into talking to Nebula, finding out what they're doing. Oh, Germany.
How
Maybe.
many Germans play this game?
Oh
What the hell
man,
is up?
like German was the language in this app that got like updated the most frequently, and the most. So I'm not surprised actually.
Too many Germans.
No, they're the best. All right, I would take Germans offering to help translate the app any day, because there are a lot of languages that the Assistant for No Man's Sky app supports that complain about the languages not being updated, but then refuse to help me.
Yeah.
And you could see that.
You don't know the language. Like, what's the point of complaining and asking you to write stuff in that language? It doesn't make sense. Like you give them like it's or like you made a tool, translation tool. Uh, what are we talking about now? You said you don't want to talk about moonshots. Come on,
Yeah.
moonshots are everything.
No. Moonshots just make me sad because
You damn
they're so
it.
far away. There we go. Next week we could talk about moonshots.
Sure, sure.
Alright, but we'll just record it, what moonshots are. So the moonshots that we're talking about are things that we want to do in the far future. They will probably make our lives better, but it's going to take a lot of work.
To
So
get there.
yeah. So for example, one of them is moving the item information online. So things like this ablative armor, put that online so that we can change it from wherever, and that all the apps get the latest data. Yeah, just get the latest data without us having to push another
Without,
update.
yeah, on Google Play Store or App Store,
Yeah,
which
because
takes like forever.
as we've seen with this pandemic, as soon as the Google Play Store goes through a little bit of a tough time, or the Apple App Store struggles a bit, it affects us. So we'd rather just get away from that.
And it's like we're very like we have a bunch of updates and we push them thinking, it's gonna come up the next day. But it doesn't. It takes sometimes. How long is the worst?
The worst was 7 days from Google Play.
A week. Wow. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
In about an hour, we're going to be doing a post on this week's update, which is mostly bug fixes. But Android users are going to probably have to wait till tomorrow morning for me, maybe like 10 hours from now before it's released. So, yeah, it's a little disappointing. Because especially like with the favorites feature, when that was added, and we were like, yay, the app now has favorite, a feature that you can like items. Then no one was able to get it because it was going to be a couple more hours before it was released from Google Play. So
Yeah. Side note: you can download the APK from apk.nmsassistant.com.
there we go.
Screw the Play Store. Yeah, screw the Play Store. I mean, you don't have this for Apple though, so
Yeah, Apple's a bit more
uh,
difficult, but they've
screw
actually
iOS users too.
they've been working hard actually. I submit the updates on a Thursday night, and iOS is usually done by like lunchtime on the Friday. Today they were at lunchtime. Um, and it's cool to see because they'll be like, you'll get an email at like 10 o'clock in the morning, be like, your app is now in review, and you're like, oh yes, finally. And then 2 hours later, it's like your app is ready for sale. It's like, what do you do for 2 hours? Like, are you spending 2 hours on each app? Like, how large is your labor force?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Because it's all humans on the App Store doing all these verification.
Yeah.
That's weird. How do they do it so fast?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the life of a iOS App Store employee like? And I also noticed something. This is the old font
Oh yeah,
on
don't
the
look at
site.
the site. Don't look at the site. I mean, we can change that. I just don't feel like doing it now.
Do it later. I'm just bringing it up. Don't
let's
forget.
let's add a Trello ticket for that. Close
Oh,
this.
come on. I will not let you forget.
Change font on APK site. Yeah, now it feels
This
like,
card better be. Yeah, this card better be in the bin tomorrow.
oh boy, maybe let's put it in high priority.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Oh, maybe I should just mention, I don't know if you've seen the stuff that I've been doing on the app version, Blender man.
Oh no, I haven't. I completely ignored this. What's going on?
It's actually doing pretty well. So let's see here. I've actually started enjoying working on it. I don't know why in the past I just hated working on the web version. At the moment the code is a little bit janky. Like, as I've been working on the site, I've been figuring out how I want to lay out the site. But the more pages that come, the more I'll understand how the site is structured, and then I'll get the JavaScript in line and get it into nice folders. And I think that was one of the reasons why I was annoyed by it. But
What's the framework this thing is written in?
it's React.
Oh god. Okay.
React
I
with
have no
Redux.
idea. Yeah, yeah. You can't
So
have React without Redux.
yeah, it's kind
Yeah, a
of
good web
necessary.
app. Yeah.
So the pages that we've got, this color is actually a bit big around. Anyway, so we can click on like what's new, and that'll actually take you to this site because I didn't feel like adding the what's new to the React app.
Yeah, no. That's you shouldn't do that. This is fine.
Okay, we got our donation options, and then you go catalog, and we got our all items, and this I think is a good feature to have because a lot of the other sites, No Man's Sky sites, they don't have all the items on display. And then from here you can obviously just click on one of these and you get this nice page. I really like these tiles. And let me show you something like ammonia because that's got a really good amount of items. So you can see these are the things that it's used to create. Refined with, we got our
Yeah,
medium
you
refiners.
can create a curve module thing.
Yeah,
And you should use to repair. That's wrong.
yeah.
That's
Don't
wrong.
look at it. Don't look at it. Well, it's not used to repair this, so
Yeah, you gotta. Okay, fine, leave it. I'm not gonna. Yeah,
you want to
stop.
separate
I
those
should stop.
two. Oh
Yeah,
man, that's a mission. Oh, I
yeah, that's
see.
what you should. We should edit the JSON, like how it's stored in the JSON for that. Like
Oh,
if we want to get that to work,
this is a bug.
we need to create.
Look at that
What's
quantity
going
zero. Quantity zero.
on? Oops,
Oops.
app did an oopsie.
Actually, the quantity zero
Oh,
is like everywhere.
so yeah, you probably pushed an update that did something.
Anyway,
It's
the
your
cart.
fault.
It is my fault. Anyway, the cart button is there, so you can add stuff to the cart. You go check out the
Oh,
cart.
you
Like,
added
ooh,
the card. Ooh, okay. View
oh,
all raw. Click on that.
click on.
Let's
Oh,
see if
this.
this works.
Yeah,
If this works,
this works. I think
cool.
so. This presenter, I'm kind of doing the same pattern that we have on the Flutter app. So this presenter takes in an integer quantity, and what we're missing on the ammonia page is that if the quantity is 0, it shouldn't actually display anything. That's what's happening in the Flutter app.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
that's
Okay, that
that's
makes sense.
something to work on. And we've got our little action buttons here. These actually work. Although let's change this to 52. There we go. It's 52 now. Although this should have started with the current quantity. Anyway, The site is under development. It needs a lot of help.
Anyone who knows React out there, please join.
So we got guides, so that's cool.
Awesome guides.
Yeah, I've actually got a lot of the functionality working. So tables, images, like everything is displaying properly. I mean, these aren't sticky, but it's not really necessary.
It's fine. It's not necessary. Yeah, you're on desktop. You don't need stick, like that's hand holding.
And then this is, I mean, this is a good guide to like as an example. Like it has everything. It has images. It has tables and text and markdown as well. So everything seems to be rendering fine. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, who made this table image? I think did Springsport make this image?
Yeah, he did. We should just have something that's like max height be like 50. That'd be a lot more reasonable. Oh yeah. Whew. Alright, but that's not too bad to fix. This one would still be the same size because it's not half the screen's width, and it's also not 100% of this width. Anyway. So guides are there. I struggled with the way that the guides are ordered for whatever reason for a long time. I got it finally.
Didn't you already go through that struggle in the app?
I did, and then I struggled with it here. JavaScript array sorting was just, I don't know, it's blowing my brain. And then community missions. So this is actually fetching the data from the API. And then you can see that for Flash there's a loading icon. Yeah.
So it's getting it, it's fetching it from the API. That's nice.
Yeah, it's that quick. There is some UX stuff about not showing a loading icon because this flickering happens. So actually hiding the loading icon for 200 milliseconds and then showing it. So if your request is taking longer,
if it loads before. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Because under 200 milliseconds, it's pretty much instant. But I haven't gotten there yet. And obviously all the languages are in here. So
wow.
That's nice. All the social stuff is in here. And
I want to make another point about the community mission. I'm going to be a dick in this entire stream.
Yeah.
Why is 37% is centered in the filled up bar? It should be centered in the entire bar.
Yeah, kinda. I struggled with this. I was trying to figure out where to put it, and I had it in the center here for a while because that's how it looks in the app. But
yeah, that's how it looks in the app. Yeah.
I can't remember why I chose against it. Man, I do not like the light theme. We just ignore that the light theme exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move it to the center. Shouldn't be too bad.
I mean, that's what it was originally. I think you might have changed.
No, so just by default, this is just a bootstrap progress bar. So by default, it sits inside the progress bar.
Oh shit! Okay. But then you can say you can tell it to like center all this.
Yeah, it's pretty much just taking this span out of the progress bar and then out of the progress filled bar and then putting it in the main bar, positioning it absolute and saying be right in the middle. Yeah, I'll do that, no problem. And then the settings page, which is called donation, don't know why. You can see I copied the donation page. That works.
Oh, and you forgot to fix that. Okay.
Oh, that doesn't work. It turns it on, but it doesn't turn it off. Feature. Cool.
You can turn it on this checkbox, but you cannot turn it off because that's how checkboxes work.
I suspect that this is being set to true always. There's maybe some testing code in there. So when I click it, it sets it to false in the background, but then this stays true. So we're always setting it to false. Yeah. But the current language works, so that's good. Everything refreshes. Well, the whole page re-renders when you change your language. So that took a little bit of effort as well.
But it doesn't look like that. So that's nice.
Even like on
it's always nice if
you can see here, like So this grid, obviously the
Okay.
items change their order based on the language. So if you change it here, the whole grid re-renders, which also took a little bit of effort.
Wow. Okay. Props. Seriously. That looks nice.
I'm quite happy with it, but yeah, I just need to spend more time on it and then actually advertise it because no one really knows that this page exists.
If I learned React, I'd be able to. Like, much more learning I get. I think my brain's just like give up.
It's good to be learning. It's good to spend time learning.
Yeah, it is. But it's just it's learning fatigue. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've never faced it, but this weird.
Oh, I see something that's going to make people upset. If you
What's up?
if you go back, you're at the top of the grid.
Uh, I mean, sure. I don't know how easy it is to make it follow your whole.
I
Aren't
mean,
you like?
on the apps, it was a real pain to get that to work, and with this website, I feel like it's going to be an immense pain to get it to work.
Yeah, it's a completely different framework. At least you have the navigator stuff with the app.
You got
Didn't
the browser navigator. We're pushing on the history, pushing on location.history. It's not the same. It's different. Very different. Let's not talk about it. It's gonna make me
Yeah,
sad.
it's not. Yeah, okay. I forget. I'll forget that.
But anyway, the site is coming along nicely. I think we definitely should do what you've been asking for ages and just upscale all the images to 256 like the game has them.
Wait, this is. Don't
This
tell me you
These are 1 to
downscale
8.
them on the web
The
app. Come on.
the web app literally uses the JSON and assets from the app. Like everything that's in the app it uses here. So
You can stand like to have higher quality stuff in the web app
yeah,
because it's
I mean it's
it's
not
lazy
bad.
loading.
Look at this. It's fine. It's pretty.
It's not bad. Yeah, sure.
This is actually, is
It's
this lazy loading? Yeah, I think it is lazy loading. Yeah, I would have done lazy loading. Yeah, it blows in.
so you don't need to optimize things. I mean, at least 256. That's like, is that too big of a thing to ask?
Uh, it might be. I
A
just
failed resistor. Wow.
I just don't want well the Android app and the iOS app can get a bit bigger. Although I saw that the iOS app is like 190 megabytes. So uh,
What's going on?
that's a lot of Flutter stuff that's in there.
Um, they pack in the Dart VM stuff too, right? Like the whole app runs on a Dart virtual machine in
Yes.
your device.
Yes.
Like all the rendering, the Dart stuff is doing it,
Yeah.
and so you gotta have that Dart virtual machine shipped to every app that's built on Flutter Dart.
Yeah. They've
Wow.
they've at least got the size to be smaller on Android, but on iOS it's still very large.
They should probably open a GitHub issue.
I think they got more pressing issues. They got your issue they want to fix.
What? No one updated that. They updated it like literally one day after I opened that issue, and then crickets. Like they're like, yeah, this is a tool issue. Yeah, this is completed triage, and this is assigned. No, it's not assigned. Like they won't do that. And yeah, they did all that in the span of a day, and then forgot about it because it's not in triaging, and they only worry about triaged issues.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's end the stream off there.
Oh
Um,
no, all good things must come to an end.
yeah. Hopefully,
How how long has this taken?
it's been about an hour and 14 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, a bit longer than would have liked, but it was good. We covered a lot of things.
Yeah,
Um,
good one.
yeah, next DevTalk. Maybe I'll have done something more on the website, a little bit less on the app side. I definitely want to get the new feature in that I'm working on, the timers feature.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler. It is on the trailer board, so people would know it's coming. If
If
they
they
were
look
looking
at it,
there.
tell them.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to get that timer feature done. Hopefully, with some push notifications, that would make it nice. Otherwise, I'm just gonna work on the web app for a while.
Yeah, like change of pace, huh?
Yeah.
Sure. Then you gotta like relearn everything you learned. Like you're in Flutter mode right now. You gotta switch to React mode.
And it is difficult. Like for example, just a string in Dart, you have to put a capital letter on that string, on a type.
Yeah,
Nowhere else you have to do
JavaScript
it.
is like JavaScript is like I don't even care if you don't say anything about it. Just like, loose as loose. Is it dynamic type? I think
Uh,
it's dynamic.
I'm not
Or
sure.
is Python is dynamic type? Ah, yeah, whatever. Okay, let's end the stream before we start going
Yeah.
off like that.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Uh, give us some feedback. Send.
See you next week.
Tell us how bad we are in the comments. Bye.